Today I'm in Lisbon, Portugal, and my dream came true. I have a chance to talk with a person who owns his own wine brand.
I'm in wine business since I remember myself. My parents, they don't produce wine.
How many hours you work usually per day?
Per day? In a regular day, somewhere between 12 to 15.
This is a business, a real business. Can you a little bit introduce yourself and tell us how you started this business?
My name is Hamilton, and I'm a winemaker in Portugal. My company name is Natus Vini, and I started many years ago, even that the company as commercial aspect is quite recent. I started in 2008 with my wife when we bought a small plot of land, and we had the dream of making a house, a winery, and build up a way of life, making a family in the middle of the fields, growing wines and making everything by ourselves. That was the idea.
But you decided to start your own. But before that, did you have any connection to wine? Why you decided I want to own wine? I know Portugal is very famous, a lot of brands, but why you think, okay, I want to start it?
So I'm in wine business since I remember myself. My parents, they don't produce wine. I mean, they had this small production, and I grew up on it when I was a kid, but it was for self-consumption. But then I don't know why it was a strong influence on me, because my father is a wine lover, he's passionate about wine, and he was always pushing me to wine, and I was always running away from it when I was young. But for some reason it stays with me. It's like it was this little seed that he put it on me. And when I was studying, I took first a degree in agriculture engineering, then I made another one in microbiology, then I made post-graduation and post-grad in winemaking and viticulture. And during my studies, someone talked with me about making a vintage, and I said immediately yes, because wine was more and more a thing for me, even though I was quite young. And then I joined a very important company where I stayed for many years, and I climbed up the ladder from assistant winemaker up to director of enology, and I stayed there for 14 years. And there was no other life. I knew nothing else. I just know how to do wine in my entire life. I've been doing wine. My own personal project started when I was there, thinking, well, I might just start something on my own because this is the only thing I know how to do. Apparently I do it well, and I want to accomplish something by myself.
You want to live this, when you own business, most of like entrepreneurs, they want to leave something after them, right?
Yeah, I want to prove myself. And it's important to me to understand by the end of my life that I pile up enough knowledge to not only help other companies that I work for to have success, but also to prove success by myself. Okay, that's quite important for me. And then I try to have a legacy to my children that actually participate in the business with me already, even that they are very young. As it is a real family business. I mean, I live, like I told you, I live in the middle of my vineyard, above my wines, and they were born on it. So every day something that is happening, they are involved on it, and I want to carry on the legacy through them. Not necessarily meaning that they have to be winemakers, but that they will have a business that have a future and have a tradition coming from family that can sustain the family.
Do you have this in a culture when you're, for example, if your dad, not your dad, for example, but you start to do wine, is your children supposed to follow your passion? Like I think in Italy, very famous, like if your dad has pizza place, it means you need to do a restaurant.
It was pretty much that.
Okay.
Today we understand that it cannot be. They need to follow their own path.
Passion,
but I also believe that if the way you raise them and the way you involve them on it, if the passion is there, it will show up. Like me, when my father was always pushing me to wine and I was running away, I run as much as I could. In the end, I became a winemaker. I fulfill his dream. He wanted to be a winemaker. I am the winemaker. Understand? So I think it's cultural. If you can pass to your children the pleasant part of it, the enjoyable part of it, the capacity to succeed and to take, a joy on the process, sooner or later, they will come to you. They will come to the family business. I think that will happen. Even that they became a lawyer, even that they became a doctor or, I don't know, a cooker, I truly believe that in the end, if the seed is there, they will look for it.
Back to roots.
Yes.
Yeah. And above entrepreneurs, right? People, like I told you, many people who was in programs,
Yes.
they're not entrepreneurs, they work for corporations. But you took the risk and go like, okay, because entrepreneurs is not about work less, it's about work harder.
Much harder. And much more.
Yes, that's people who will watch us, they have to understand it's very not easy job. It's
No.
not like, because now it's social media showing like, oh, you startup, few billion and you're done and you can go retire. It's not like that.
No, not like that.
How your day looks?
Very
Regular
busy.
day.
Very busy. I wake up very early. I'll work many
What time?
hours. At around 6 o'clock, I'm out of bed. I need to take a drive also. I need to put children in school. I need to take a drive to my regular job. I need to work and put all my qualities on it and to make the most and the best I can in a professional way for that company that believe in me. And then I need to pick up my kid from school. I need to come back home. That is also my company. And then I need to make the rest of the hours of the day working on my own company. So it's piling up work on work. It's rather difficult. People don't realize that when you have a responsibility that goes above a salary, you are always with a headache. You are always concerned. You know that there's always something else to be done. Like for instance, when I'm working in my, everybody that I help in winemaking in the companies I work, I don't know why, also because I understand the philosophy of they and the company and what they need, and through my experience and knowledge, I'm always very certain of the decisions that I'm taking daily to the company. I'm always very positive that I'm doing the right thing and that in the end it will come together pretty much as is needed. But when I'm doing it for myself, it's much more difficult. I'm always in a doubt. I'm never sure that is the right thing to be done. I'm always thinking, oh, but if I go that path or that path, because I'm building up my own philosophy. I'm building up my own idea. I'm building up something from the zero, and no one give you a guideline.
Direction,
you need
where
to
to
make
go.
it.
Exactly.
What is the direction? Everything is coming from you, for the bad and for the good. All the decisions is coming for your own ideas. So there is no, there's nothing to read that will give you an idea. When I'm doing the job for someone else, my job is to understand what they need, what they want, what is the philosophy, how can I help, and then it's kind of more easy because as they give you the guideline to be assertive in what you're doing. But if you don't have a script, it's much more difficult.
That's as entrepreneurs. That's why it's very interesting. Every day is different. You don't know what you can get.
All day and every day you learn.
How many hours you work usually per day?
Per day? In a regular day, somewhere between 12 to 15.
This is a business, a real business. Yeah.
Every day, Saturdays and Sundays also.
Same. What do you think is the most difficult for you? Even in this stage, I think it's every stage of business have some challenges.
Right now, the most difficult that I experience is to understand how to reach people. I know that I have a good product. I know that people, when they achieve the knowledge about my product and they taste and they have it, most of the times the reactions are really good. But this day, the competition is gigantic. People don't have the time. They don't want to listen. They don't want to focus. Even it's like when people are
Exactly.
in Instagram, you have 1 second. How do you impress someone with 1 second? And it's really difficult. Then you also have the competition. So many people doing so many things, so many wines, so new wines. Every day there's a new wine. And to have a customer that will be faithful to you is truly, truly difficult, more and more each day. Because let's say I have a new brand. A new brand is very attractive because there's always that customer that wants to try something new. People are always looking for something new, the next thing. But the problem is that that customer is a tough customer. They will buy you 1 bottle but probably they will not buy the second or the third because then they want something new. They already taste your wine. So you need to impress so much. You need to be so much outside of the box that the guy, even that he tries something else, something new, you want to come back. He wants to know more about you, or you want to taste it again. And that is the difficulty these days. How I reach people, the correct people, and how I persuade them to become faithful to the brand. In the first stage, in the first days or years of a wine business, that is really difficult.
But you have unique product. We will tell our viewers because it's not you can find everywhere.
I think
and
that one is
this is the most interesting stuff. This is was for me like wow, because it's very unique. But about product, because it's kind of presentation, but product you have organic,
bio,
and handcrafted
Yes.
wine, which only family involved to make it.
Yes.
It's very unique, and I think it's a great story which you need to focus on.
Yeah, the big
Like
lesson,
as your brand.
the big
as your
lesson
brand.
of this day was mainly that people tell us focus on yourself, in your story, in your family to pass the idea, and well, I will take that as a knowledge for the day. But it's not easy sometimes, you know. Sometimes I'm so focused making wine, then it's difficult to make the communication part because, like you said, and well, everything is made by us. I mean, we pick the grapes, we planted the vines, we pick the grapes, we stomp the grapes, we make the wine, we bottle it, we cork it, we label it ourselves. And in the process, sometimes when I have to communicate, it's just I pick my phone, I take a picture and I move on. And it's not the opposite. I don't do the thing to take a picture. I take a picture of what I'm doing.
Because entrepreneur is accounting, marketing,
Yes,
finance
everything.
guy, production,
That's me.
everything in one person. But yeah, it's what
Quality control.
What we like, yeah, quality control. Who is your biggest supporter when when you have difficult time? It's family support you during your journeys that you want to start your
Family, my family, even that we fight because sometimes we have an idea, the other person have another idea. My daughters, my wife, my parents, they are quite important for me. Then I have a group of amazing friends, wine friends, people that through my career I met in wine business that are also winemakers, but that they became true friends. And we fight a lot with different ideas, but in this fight we grow together. We drink each other idea, we swap a lot. And I have this group, very small group of 3 or 4 winemakers that are really close to me, where we talk a lot. And when something is not so well, I can always count on them, and they can count on me, and that is really important.
In how many countries we can
So,
find your wine? I know it's sold out. It's sold out. Very fast sold
Today
out.
in Portugal, you are able to buy a bottle in this precise moment in Portugal, Spain, Singapore,
Wow.
Brazil, just moving to United States, now England, Belgium and Switzerland. And Australia, can be the next also.
Wow. Do you have any big dream?
Oh, just be happy.
Be
Really.
happy.
Yeah,
It's
be
simple.
happy. But the thing is, and I think you related with me, doing this make me happy. I like
Because
to
you
be,
love what
I
what
like
you
to
do.
the fuzz, you know, the adrenaline, the emotion of being something, you know, starting from zero and something showing up from your hands, from your work, from your ideas, from everything that you aim for your passion. And I'm happy doing this, so I want to carry on doing this and be happy with my family.
What do you recommend young people who is or 15, 16 years old, or I'm not that young, but I'm dreaming to have my own vineyard, and it's very, I told you, it's very cozy and sexy business in the way everyone when see pictures about wine or they like, it's always something romantic and like,
Yes.
you know, what you can recommend for these people? Is this how they need to start or where they need to go if they want to do this?
The first thing is to get knowledge, understand wine, get knowledge on wine. So travel is important, and on the travel, working on that travel, meaning you should work in different wineries in different countries, having to be exposed to different situations on winemaking and in wine culture. Wine culture is quite different through the world. Wine culture in Portugal is very different from wine culture in United States, for instance, really different. The way we buy and we drink wine is even different.
Customer behaviors.
Yeah, like
They
for
buy
instance, in
different.
United States, you buy wines per grapes. You buy Chardonnay, you buy Sauvignon Blanc or Cabernet Franc. In Portugal, we buy the brand. We buy the producer. For us, what is important is the producer or the area, the region, okay? Because that is the identity. So there's always this. So you need to understand the different ways of looking and seeing wine. Then you need the knowledge. And then you also need to understand what you like. Because then if you have a certain particularities of things that you truly love, as you love them, it's more easy to support the pain and the difficulties than that you will take to achieve your goals. And then being very focused in what you want, and realize that
A lot of work.
only by work you will succeed. Nothing will beat work, but work must be done.
Work must be done. Hamilton, and thank you so much. I was
Pleasure.
so happy to meet you in this trip.
Thank
It's
you.
amazing brand. I wish you all the best.
Thank
I wish
you.
you success in the US market, and I'm sure we will see this, because probably we'll not see everywhere, but I'm
No.
sure this wine one day will be in top
Thank you.
list of
I
the
hope
most
so.
expensive and most tasty wine, and I will be one of the first person who tasted from Kellogg and who took this interview.
Thank you
you
so
so much.
much.
Appreciate it.
It
Good
was a
luck for
pleasure.
all your family and you.
And you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.